Good evening, friends and family of YouTube. I got the exhaust side off. Haha. Lots of you probably thought that I wouldn't be able to do it because of that bolt way back there. I got it. The key, well, not really the key, but a huge part of helping that process was taking this line, hard line off on the back, which gave me a lot more room. I got in there with a 1/4 inch short 10 mil socket. We got her. So that's what it looks like. A little dirty. Change your oil, folks. Change your damn oil. It's the valve cover. The inside. I will be cleaning the crap out of this. So, yeah. And I'll be cleaning all the gunk off the head too. It's going to be nice when I'm done with it. Real nice. So, let me get to work on this thing. I got so much parts in for this thing. I got coilovers in. I got the fuel system in. I got random fuel fittings in. I got a battery relocation. So you guys are going to see pretty much all that. So, let's get to work. All right, guys. So, it's a couple days later. And I just want to show you what I did. So if you can tell which one's cleaner, you already know which one I replaced, obviously the exhaust side. But it's noticeably cleaner. All the bolts are clean. Attention to detail, Josh, attention to detail. This one is going to be next. Bolts dirty, valve covers dirty. But it's going to be a lot easier to do than this side. This side was not fun. We actually had to take this out here to provide just like a millimeter of clearance to slide the valve cover down. That bolt was actually really easy to get to. We were tightening down that nut there and there was a big crack sound and something flew up. So I don't think it was a crack because we inspected. There's no cracking. So it must have been something, you know, under the bolt head or something that flew. But we went out and got a battery box, a parts washer bin, and we're going to be relocating the battery to the back. Jordan found a nice spot to mount the fuse holder, because what we're going to do is we're going to use for now the power for the stereo and run it to the back and clean this up and mount the battery somewhere back here where it's going to be easy to take in and out. So that's the plan. And there's my meth box, no performance. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, guys. So follow along. I'm going to get the other side of the valve cover done. Jordan's going to work on relocating the battery and help me where needed. And then hopefully we are going to put the coilovers on today. But it might be a separate video depending on how full this one gets. So let's get to taking this guy off. All right, so this valve cover is ready to come off. This side was way easier than the left side. The exhaust side wasn't actually that bad. We opted to go buy a torque wrench and not play with fire because these things can crack and they're very expensive. They're like 500 bucks Canadian a side. So we decided to go grab a proper torque wrench wherever it is. The torque specs for this is 74 inch-pounds is what I found online. As always, do your due diligence. Just here to help you. What I found was 74 inch-pounds or 75 inch-pounds, roughly the same. It's like 8.5 Newton meters, if that's what you have. But this is what we bought here, and these do really good. This thing was on sale for 30 bucks, so couldn't go wrong. I always find myself needing one of those. But anyway, this thing's ready to pop off. I'm going to pop it off. We're going to clean it. We're going to put new gaskets on it. Put gasket maker in the corners. Press her down and torque her down. One thing I do got to say, it probably was leaking because based off of this gasket, it wasn't cooked. It was cooked-ish, but it shouldn't have been leaking like it was. This side, the bolts were like you could blow on it and it would turn loose. Like seriously, we did not need to use any kind of socketry whatsoever. We could just spin it with our hands. That's how loose this side was. So, and this is the worst side. There's some really bad oil gunk on the side of the block. So let's get this off. Let's clean it up, put the new gasket on, and continue. All right, guys, Jordo's over there setting up my front coilovers. I just cleaned all the valve cover bolts. Look at that. They look brand new. Brand spanking new. Looks good. This is all dried out. I cleaned the channel out. Cleaned the crap out of the valve cover inside and outside. Noticed a few things. I did make a big order from Drift Motion, so I got a new PCV coming. This one I'll probably leave hooked up to the intake manifold like I did on the Supra. And my oil cap is cracked. Of course, and I gave away all my Supra stuff. So I'm gonna have to figure something out with that. But this will go on right away. And we're gonna do the front coilovers. We're gonna do all the coilovers, and we're gonna video that too for you. So stay tuned for that. But let's get this intake side of the valve cover done. All right, so we got the second one on. It's a little less finicky than the left side. The left side was grabbing everything on that side, as I said before. This one, you kind of got to slide it down into there and then slide it forward. And it's better if someone's here that's lifting that up so you can get it underneath there and get it on the studs first, obviously. And then we're just going to snug them all up and then torque them all to 74 inch-pounds. So I'll flash that up on the screen for you guys, of course. 74 inch-pounds. And they look a lot better already. Like, holy cow. That makes the engine almost. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then I'll show you when everything's all buttoned up and done, and then we'll move on to a coilover video for you. Also, guys, if you don't have Toyota FGIP or whatever they call it, which is, I swear by that stuff, this is a really good alternative. Permatex, the right stuff. Nothing but good things come from the people who use this. So I picked up a bottle. It was 15 bucks. And what you want to do is you want to put some, just like they have from the factory, they have globs of it on the factory. I have a lot less. You can just see mine a little bit down there. But you want to have it on each of the corners. And it just helps seals it up. Also at the back, they tend to leak if you don't have proper torque. Now, the leaks from this one was probably due to loose bolts, to be honest with you. But look at that shiny bolt. They're gorgeous now. But anyway, if you don't torque them down properly, they leak like a sieve out the back. You can see all the collection down there. So I did put some silicone areas on the back two corners as well. So that's something else you could do. Some people slather silicone on in the valve covers. I don't, just because it makes a mess and it's kind of unnecessary. So yeah, what I do should suffice. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. She is torqued down. She is clean as she's ever been. I know I still got to replace some things on here, but the dirty stuff is done. Jordan's over there putting the coilovers in. And yeah, we're going to show you guys what we're doing with that on a separate video, so chill out for that. And I'm just going to clean this all up and put the cover back on. I'm getting distracted. And my light just shut off again. Damn it. But yeah, super stoked. 75 inch-pounds, guys. That's what these bolts call for. And they're all done. All of them are torqued. And the gasket maker should be setting. You can see the little bulges there in the corner. That's what you want to see, just like that. Identical to that. If you can see it. No, you probably can't because I can barely see it. But this side you can. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out the channel for stuff like this. There's going to be a lot going on with the IS300. This is just the beginning. This is something I really wanted to get done. I have a whole fuel system coming with a fuel pressure regulator from Drift Motion. Same order as everything else. So, be sure to check out the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe. All right, everybody? Peace.